you know, instead of calling a male Karen, you know, just don't even call him a male. Just call him James, being a James. Let's christen the word James. Okay, there's Karen, want to talk to the manager with the ugly parted blonde little haircut. And then let's call the male equivalent of James. What's going on? It's Chris, the Dating Doc. This entire video is all about the definition of the most manliest man this week. Oh my gosh, James Ianazzo. We all worship you as the true alpha male example. We are just joking. Okay, look, what I'm gonna talk about is I'm gonna talk about James Ianazzo. He has made news for possibly losing his career forever. He for sure got fired by Merrill Lynch. And this all stems from him having a temper tantrum over a smoothie. All right, my man out here trying to get into the lobby of a Robex. Robex is a smoothie place, right? Think of it like a Smoothie King type of business. He goes storming in there, demanding he speaks to the employee that made the smoothie that caused his son to have an allergic reaction. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the video. I want you to watch it yourself and tell me if this male Karen is in the right or if he's in the wrong.
I want to speak to the fucking person who made this drink. Is that you?
No, well, we don't know who made it, so.
You don't know who made it?
There's 4 of us here, so we obviously don't know.
Fucking stupid, fucking ignorant high school kid.
Okay, bye.
I want to speak to the fucking
Bye.
man.
Okay, you can call corporate whenever you want. Goodbye.
Jim, stop. You're on camera.
Fuck
You're on
out of
camera.
here,
You're on
you
camera.
fucking bitch.
No, I don't care.
Give it to me right now.
What?
Calling the police. Calling the police.
Fucking bitch. I want the fucking telephone number right now.
Gianna,
I want the telephone number. Shut the fuck up.
Shut up. Down. You
Fucking stupid fucking idiot.
Bye.
You're a fucking idiot.
Okay, good for you. Bye.
I want the fucking telephone.
Bye.
Shut up.
You shut up. You're not going to tell me to shut up. Fuck. Who are you? Who are you?
Fucking immigrant loser.
What? Fuck you. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. You're going to jail. You're going to jail, you racist piece of shit.
bro, call the police now.
Look at the face of that alpha male, man. He is so alpha. Oh my gosh, he's so alpha. He should be on that Myron show. Oh my gosh, look at him. That is a man. All right, we're gonna go into these 2 articles real quick so you can be sped up on this James Ianazzo character. Iannazzo, man charged in Robex video, 5 fast facts. Okay, so he's 48 years old, acted like a fool, and basically called one of the employees an immigrant because she made a smoothie the wrong way and it caused one of his sons to have an allergic reaction. Okay, and called the ambulance or whatnot. He came back and just started going off, right? So here, the video shows Jim Ianazzo telling the teen employee of Robex they're stupid, effing, ignorant high school kids, throwing the drink at them and calling one worker she's an effing immigrant loser. Look, I'm gonna play devil's advocate just on one thing. There are some knucklehead teen employees, okay? They are young. They're in between a child and an adult. And even worse yet, we're talking about teenagers living this TikTok era and this Instagram era where they go in and you'll see them at restaurants, you'll see them at a smoothie shop. They'll be in the corner with their jaw dropped, staring at their phone, probably on that TikTok, right? So it's not like 10, 20 years ago when teenagers were focused on their work. And if they're bored, hey, they're either cleaning, they're talking to each other, they're learning more about their job. You know, nowadays they got their jaw dropped looking at TikTok. So that's the only thing I'm gonna give them a little bit of points for, is that, yeah, there are, not all of them, there are some ignorant teenagers, okay, that feel entitled because they pop up that phone, right? If something bad happens and make themselves look in the right. Doesn't make what he did right. All I'm saying is I get what they're saying. At the same time, let's be real about this. Him calling a worker an effing immigrant loser. let's break this down. First off, Mayflower, Pilgrims. Let's go all the way back since, you know, this man who I assume is Caucasian, he's kind of got that Italian last name, is out here calling someone an immigrant. Not knowing that, okay, his great-great-great-grandfather, mother, whatnot, is an immigrant. They are immigrants. They're from an immigrant family. So how can you try to use that and say you're not racist? What you're trying to do is you are trying to make one of those teenage workers feel less than. So by calling someone an immigrant, you are in some way saying you are not a true American, and a true American is a step above an immigrant. Not knowing that immigrants are stealing jobs, but that's a whole nother topic. Stealing jobs for the right reasons. All right, so police said a short time later, Iannazzo returned to Robex and confronted employees, yelling at them and demanding to know who had made the smoothie. Okay, so you're demanding to know who did it. Why? What were you planning on doing? What's done is done. Do I feel bad that your son had an allergic reaction? Yes, I do. But what were you planning on doing? You gonna try to get into a fight with a teenage girl? Like, what was going on with your mind? Come on now. Iannazzo then attempted to open a locked door that led to an employees only area where the employees were behind the counter. Crazy dude, come on now. Such an alpha, man. He's such an alpha. Oh my goodness. Okay, one of the Robex employees then tells him to leave after he asks to speak to the manager, informing him he can call corporate to make a complaint. Iannazzo then calls her a effing B. All right, so real quick, the teen girl who posted the video on TikTok said they had to block the door because Iannazzo tried to get behind the counter multiple times. What would happen if he went behind the counter? Okay, you got a lot of these protesting type of mentality, watching the news all day, getting all political. What was he planning on doing? Instead of storming the Capitol, he was gonna storm the smoothie shop. Come on, man, grow up, control your emotions. Iannazzo is a University of Connecticut graduate who had worked as a financial advisor, such a powerful word, affiliated with Merrill Lynch Wealth Management since 1995. All right, LinkedIn profile talks about he has been doing this since 95. I'm talking the America Online days. Shout out to America Online, you got mail. All right, talk about how he works with active and retired corporate executives, yada, yada, yada. Lives in Fairfield with his wife and 3 kids. He bought a $1.3 million home in Southport section of Fairfield. $1.3 million home. Homie, you don't have a job anymore. Someone's gonna either have to hire you and keep it very much on the low, or you know companies do not want to keep someone that makes them look bad. Companies don't really look out for your welfare. All they want is to make sure they got a strong public relations presence, or they want to counter any kind of bad press. So you either got to change your whole name, or you better do some online advisor stuff and not update your LinkedIn. All right, that's basically what I get out of this. He bought an expensive home, thinking he had that job security. He went all silly, okay, got caught on video, because nowadays that's how we do it, and now he's out of a job. And here's the funny thing is that the wife is probably like, I'm gonna support you, honey. But you know, in the back of her mind, she's like, you damn idiot, how are we gonna pay for this house now? You are out of a job and everybody knows you all over the news. You are such an idiot. She might not say that, but I know she's probably thinking about that. All right, let's see here. Look at that. He was even recognized in March of 2019 by Barron's as one of America's top 1,200 advisors. Shoot, he's about to join the line of 1,200 unemployed soon. All right, Iannazzo was charged with 1 felony and 2 misdemeanors and released pending court appearance in Connecticut, February 7, 2022. Look at that alpha. Oh my God, he's such an alpha. Ooh, because you know men that can't control their emotions, they are the epitome of men. Ain't that right, Amru? All right, so he's got that going on there. Yada, yada, yada. I'll go to his this real quick. Boom, boom, boom. Same old deal. All right, nothing real heavy here. It's the same deal. Male Karen shows its true colors. Let's just, instead of calling a male Karen, just don't even call him a male. Just call him James. Being a James. Let's christen the word James. Okay, there's Karen. Want to talk to the manager with the ugly parted blonde little haircut, and then let's call the male equivalent of James. You lost your whole job because what? Were you trying to get revenge? What exactly were you trying to do? What did you think that was gonna solve? Okay, you don't own the time infinity gem. You can't go back on time in time and fix your son's allergic reaction. And then the funny thing about this is that the lawyer, his attorney, Frank J. Riccio, okay, another Italian, a lot of vowel sounding name, saying, oh, he's not racist. My client is not racist. Dude, you get paid, man. You get paid to say whatever. So don't, okay. He was charged with intimidation based on bigotry or bias, breach of peace, and criminal trespass. Can't tell me all that jazz about, he's not a bigot. He called someone an effing immigrant, but my client, I assure you, is a man of outstanding character. Let's quit playing that. All right, let's keep it on. All right, you've seen the video. You saw me read the articles. Here's the deal. The reason I'm making this video is there is a distinct difference between passion, right? Let's say you won a boxing match and you break down crying because you're the new champion. There is a difference between saving a kid from a burning house and you use that anger and you transmute it into action. There's a whole nother level when you can't control your emotions. You're not looking at the risk involved. The fact that you are being recorded, especially nowadays in a very media savvy world that is also addicted to virality and the drama. You know that you have come to the point where you've lost your job, you have tarnished your public reputation, you cannot lose your emotions. And I see this happening constantly. I used to say this was only for the younger folks, right? For example, popular YouTubers, right, that make money off losing their emotions. But my point being is that once you've lost your emotions, you have lost your own chess game. The most dangerous people in this world, okay, you think about, I'm talking about street gang leaders, I'm talking about cartel leaders, leaders of countries. Do you think they could possibly run a country and manage their own life if they're having temper tantrums all the time? No. And if they do that, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. As a veteran, 17 years experience in the military, some good leaders, they fake that they're pissed off. They fake that they're angry at you. But in reality, they're in control. They do this because they understand that maybe the young soldier is going to be motivated by yelling or by anger, and that will make them move and do what they got to do, including dodging bullets. But the true stoic leader understands that they cannot make moves, they can't be strategic if they're clouded by their emotions. So this entire video is a lesson learned, especially for men. It definitely applies to women. Okay, you have no reason to do temper tantrums and think you can keep a high value man. The point being is, high value man has nothing to do with how much money you make, because it can be lost by the values and by the character you lead with. The fact that this man, okay, he's been at Merrill Lynch since 1995, and he's no longer employed with a company that he was at for, let's see, 20 something years, if I do the math, plus. All right, he is at the point right now where a 2-minute video cost him his 20 to 25 year job, all because he cannot control his emotions. And on top of that, you have to look at the circumstances involved. What was he trying to do going back to the employee only room? What was he trying to accomplish by calling someone effing immigrant? What was he trying to accomplish by throwing a smoothie at someone? If you're going to be passionate, there has to be an end output. There has to be a reward. Why get into a bar fight, lose your job, where you can actually use that same passion and get into a boxing ring and make millions? Why get pissy at your manager and throw paper at them when you could use that same anger to fuel it to get overly qualified, overly educated, and end up being your manager's boss in the future? That is the lesson that I want you all to learn, and it obviously applies to dating. You cannot maintain attraction or maintain a relationship if you act a fool. So learn from my man, the top dog, top alpha male of the week here, James Ianazzo, of what not to do. It's Chris the Dating Doc signing out. Peace.